Oh, they kinda gave up, man. Like, man, this card absolutely destroys the whole deck. Like, the counter space. Well, well. I remember this card. It's brutal, but hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we'll try to reclaim our rightful spot at the top of the Mythic ladder. Can we get to place 6? Again, after decaying because I was sleeping. I'm trying different ideas with Bandit's Hole, and so far I'm enjoying the card so much. Not only you get a mana stone, so it's like Celestus, but man, instead of cycling cards, you are able to draw cards, and you know that we target so much. Every card basically that we use targets something, including the fairy that can target for free every single turn. So this can give you so much value, and if you don't need value, you need tempo, you have additional mana. Not only this, because it's a mana stone, it's an artifact, we can untap with the fairy. So you can untap basically 2 extra mana each turn and gain 2 life. They combo so well, man. This is perfect. And not only this, we also have High Noon, and you will see it in action. I think you had a glimpse in the intro, but believe me, it was just a start. It gets so much better later. So what more than just to venture into the depths of Mythic and reclaim our rightful throne. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be part of this journey, don't forget to subscribe, because this is just the first of the fire control decks that we'll showcase, and it will be epic, you don't want to miss them. So have fun and enjoy. Man, I wanted to be on the play with High Noon. I would instantly win the game, I guarantee. On the draw, we will see. He might, completely like play everything by then. We will go with a Ganja. Yes, we will go with a Gandro because we definitely need the land, and it could be a target, Maybe some red haster. Not sure if you've seen any. Right, Dark Plot. Scooping time? Scoop time? I don't think they can beat this card, man. Oh, the whole combo fizzled. Now they cannot play their magic. Their, dirty magic tricks. Alright, let's see it. We are a little bit behind, we are on the draw and we needed the setup for the High Noon. And this could be Rise of Reinforcements, right? Interesting. Oh, they kinda gave up, man. Like, man, this card absolutely destroys the whole deck. Sure? Do you want to, I don't know, attack with it? You want to attack with it? Oh, cards not work? Oh man, it feels so good. This was exactly how I imagined this deck will be working, This was the play of my dreams. So what do we go about? We could go Elspeth, and they probably they cannot kill her probably. I will take this one turn because Elspeth is incredibly good at defending. They might have Result Reinforcements and try to, run her over, but they didn't play it so far, so it didn't feel very likely. Oh, you would love to play more spells, huh? But unfortunately, it doesn't work like this. Alright, still. They might try to pump it over time. So we need to be careful. We need some removal probably. This is an instant spell. Alright, so they have something and they can pump it at least 2/2. That means on their turn it could be at least 3/3, probably around 5/5. So that's something we need to consider. We can counter one card. If we play Teferi, so okay, I think I know. We played this. Okay, they want to cast it already. That's good for us. They kinda gave up that they want to cast something. So maybe we just chill with counter spells. Like, we are getting some advantage here. Okay, I convinced myself. I think they gave away they want to cast something right now. Okay, so we cannot prevent the Connive, which is unfortunate. But we can prevent the other thing. So we countered this one. That's why we didn't cast anything during our turn. And we can counter another one. 2/2 is a lot, but we can go around it. Alright. They are stacking spells. Plot is not a spell, so they can still cast something. But this is a first strike, so we take 4 damage on Elspeth, and it is what it is. If we block with one, so they will get 3/3 at least probably. So we probably need to block with at least one. This will save Elspeth, even if they try to give trample, but they won't because we counter it. We need to go card for card in a way. Right now they don't really gain anything because we can create one token a turn. Interesting. We could cycle cards. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Okay. Okay, so if they want to pump it, they will get it. Now, with those counter spells, we just need to chill out. We'll counter something on our turn and then on their turn, probably. And then we play the Fairy. Moment we hit removal, because the problem is that we didn't hit removal so far, at all. And we are just waiting with it. Otherwise we would kill Virtuoso and the whole game would be over. But you know, we need to fight for our removal. We want to give them the trigger first, so they don't know exactly what they have in the board. And we just go with Negate, right? No, this is the only spell for the turn, so we just go all in. Counter, draw cards. We don't need the creature, I don't think it's worth it. We just need correct card and we'll win the game. Okay, that should be the correct card. Do we need the Fairy at this point? I don't think we do. I think the Fairy is a little bit too slow against this juggernaut of value. Like, this scales super hard, man. 6 damage. Not the end of the world, you know? Definitely they can hit harder. Alright, I mean, with this Get Lost we should be okay, I think. Do we have something that we can resurrect? Not really. Okay, and I think this is the correct play. So, we will go with this. If they want to kill it with Helix or something, I'm absolutely fine with it. That will be their spell for their turn. And the lifelink means that it's harder for them to kill us, and when they try to pump it, we just get losted. Okay, nothing at the end step. Good for us. If they cast something, we kill in response, and that will end their turn, right? Because of High Noon. I don't think they can do much. I can just create a token every single turn until they start casting spells. Like, we can force them to cast spells. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we won the game right now. I think there's no way they can go around what we have. Like, they will pump it with, like, Monstrous Rage probably, then we kill it, and they have nothing, and they cast the spell for the turn already. And if they do this, like, I just create tokens and keep hitting them into the face. I can also cast spells at the end step, right? Like Memory Deluge. And that gives me a lot of value. So they can cast something, but they can only cycle cards, nothing more really. I don't need Field of Ruin, so let's go for the blue mana. Alright. Let's keep making stuff. They should know where this is going, so they should react soon. And when they cast a spell, we can just kill it easily. I don't want to cast it first, because they might have indestructible effect and I cannot, you know, counter it because I already casted the removal. So we need to play like this until he fizzles, because so far the game is going into our win, so he needs to change something. Alright. Alright. I can cast Memory Deluge, right? We don't need to, but I can, because I don't think he can punish us in any meaningful way. And I can get another removal, which makes the game even easier. I mean, sure, let's go for Sunfall, in case of indestructibility. Alright. So far, so good. I think we go like this, in case they want to Helix this. Like, losing a 5-5, basically, sets us really behind, so let's not do it. Huh? I do it because I want to force a reaction, but they're really patient. They seem to be really good, a good player. They don't take the bait, and I'm baiting them so hard, man. So hard. But how they are supposed to win? Like, so far, I'm getting every turn more value than they do. Okay, that's a plot. I mean, they need to cast something. They see what the game is going for right now. And Elspeth is the one doing all of this. So the problem is I cast removal, they can cast something like Indestructible, Lawrence Escape, or whatever it's called, Lawrence Escape, and then, you know, I'm forced to do more. Right now I don't think it's worth it to do anything. We just win. Alright, so right now I'm going for display, because if they target it, that's the spell for the turn. And I mean, they're losing on the next turn right now. And I know we could go for a faster lethal, but that would be a risky lethal. On the next turn they need to cast something, man. They need to cast something. Moment they cast a spell, they lose the game. You need to cast the spell, man. They cast the spell. Alright, thank you for your participation. And that will be about it. And that was everything they did this turn. I tell you, man, High Noon just absolutely destroys them. It seems that the game was close, but it was lost on turn 2. And we are back to top 6 in the world with this one. Azorius definitely performing so far. Alright, let's see it. Alright, on the draw, so it will be rough. We'll see what our opponent... it's Mountain, right? Okay, it's Boros. You have two choices in Standard. It's one of the two. And we have a long way to go there. I won't take a land even though I need the 5th one. Like, absolutely. Novice Inspector. Mountain into Gleeful Demolition into Knight of Chaos. Alright. Not good at magic. So, what do we go for? Let's go like this. We have time, but we absolutely need to go into Sunfalls. So it will take a moment. We don't have any Cardo engine, which is unfortunate. We also don't have the, you know, the Mana Stone that would get us to 5 easily. And this one is a live game. I mean, it should be Boros aggro, right? Yeah, definitely. Main phase, Resolute Reinforcements. Why? I don't care. I will counter it. It's 2 for 1 in a way, so you want to go for those kind of trades. Maybe they wanted to avoid a counter spell exactly. That would make sense, right? We could start going with the Jace. But they should be able to kill it, right? Anyway. So I don't think it's very good. I don't think it's very good. Okay, that's not the worst. This is something I didn't really expect. Let's counter it. It definitely saves us a lot of trouble. I think this one was a bait. They don't really need it for this kind of matchup. So no, we'll get there. We will get there. More Jaces. We play 2. Let's draw 2. Alright. I see how it is. I see how it is. I think we just draw cards, man. We also don't need to pay life, which is pretty cool.
For the sake of Phyrexia.
So if I plus, I probably won't... Like, there is high chance I'm not losing the Jace. If I minus, I will probably lose it. But I draw a card. I will still do it. Man, they're playing an interesting version. Tapland is definitely not perfect. We want Sunfall on the next turn potentially, depending on how aggressive and how wide they will go. We didn't hit marches, so we cannot prevent some of the, you know, Gleeful Demolition plays. So it still can be a little bit rough. It really depends what we both draw. Here comes the... Oh, okay, no Demolition. Alright, alright. Epicure, so they still have the artifact and red mana, but it seems they don't have it. Man, if I can draw another card, that would be great. Or maybe we can just keep plussing. Okay. Alright. So, this is pretty good. Okay, we should win this from here if we play it right. Only 2 cards, they can cycle one of them. If we go Sunfall right now, I honestly think that we should keep Get Lost probably. They don't have too much pressure in the board. Let's go like this. And every turn we play mana, so we are kinda okay. And Survey will give us a good top deck on the next turn probably. March is nice. I'll take it. That's a good card. And on the next turn we can go Teferi to Get Lost if we align correctly. We could also burn Jace and play another one, but then we are losing both Jaces and we don't have value. Alright, sure. So we are basically guaranteed to go for the Sunfall on the next turn. Alright. Nothing for Jace. Ah, second thoughts? You respect Jace? Oh, they literally didn't attack. Alright. I mean, why not? Why not play your haste creatures and not attack? That makes sense, probably, somewhere. So let's Sunfall. They expected that if we kill Devils, they will get, you know, Jace with 3 damage, but it doesn't really work like this. And I think we can start burning Jace a little bit more for lands. This is really nice. And we can exile something if we really have to. I mean, I'm kinda happy with this situation. So far, so good. We have a long way to go to, you know, actually kill him, but it doesn't feel that he has super threatening hand right now. Thanks, Tiny. Bones. Alright, Goose counterattack. We milled one of the recruiters. It's an interesting one, so I think they went with Boros and just used Burn Down the House to break the stalemate. Right? It's a weird strategy. I mean, they can get the tokens, I guess, or just clear the board if it fits them, but I don't like this twist. I don't think it's very, very good. It makes the deck slower. Alright, here's the recruiter. And they're going for 2-turn play, of course. Good for them, good for them. I honestly think we go like this. We need to be mana efficient here because we have so many, you know, things to do with the token, with Jace, with extra cards. Well, this draw changes a lot. If I knew, I would play differently. So, I mean, they cannot really threaten us right now. They have nothing to threaten us. And we can go with Field of Ruin because we don't need it. The faster we get the Fairy, the better for us. Like, the live gain is really brutal here. I mean, I could attack. I don't think it's worth it. I honestly don't think it's worth it. I just want to untap my lands. And life gain, of course. This way we have 4 mana. We have Jace in the board, so it's very hard for them to attack with this. With the Recruiter, it's not, you know, even positive power. They probably want to flip both of them and attack with 3 creatures. And they want to go to combat phase, right? Yep, they want to go to combat phase. They want to attack with 3 of them. And honestly, I think it might be a problem, so let's make sure it doesn't happen. I have a Sunfall, but we can use it later. And right now they cannot really attack. They don't have any way around what we did. And we have 2 Planeswalkers. One of them can start doing cards. Sure. The good part about this is that we see the top card. It's a land, but if that's not a land, we see it. And we can start attacking right now. Nine and... Okay, so let's start with this, I think. If we start doing... Well... I see. I played the land for the turn. I guess not. Let's go for the Anchorage. I guess it's the best of what we got. Alright, I think we can play the Jace here. I mean, use the mill function. Alright, a decent draw. And now we can play this Jace. Disable this. and make sure we have a very good blocker.
Your hope is wasted. You cannot win. Become subdued.
And we start with the damage. It should help a little bit. So we are in a pretty comfortable spot. It's not over, because if they flip this and go for like crazy recruiter plays... Oh, I took it? Oh, I thought I didn't use it. Right, we took the card. My bad, my bad. It's fine. It's fine. And we have a lot of cards, like we can draw 3 cards a turn, and one is with really good selection. Even if they use Inspector to attack Teferi, we still have 2 loyalty and another Teferi, so we can basically draw 2 cards out of 6 on top of normal draw and milling with Jace for extra draw. So man, we will get really, like we will scale really quickly here. They should absolutely go for the map token first on this. Okay, sure. We don't care about any of the lands, right? Alright, Gleeful Demolition, so we know that we'll Sunfall on the next turn. Oh, they are greedy. Everything main phase just to go around counter spells? But still, we could counter spell it, so they assume we could top deck one. Not very good. I think that will lose them the game. They kinda have nothing right now. So, first things first. Let's attack and see if the attack goes through. Alright, I hoped for a mistake, but it's fine. And now we go this into Sunfall. You know what? I think we can go like this. This could be even better. Now we use this for the Sunfall mana. We play it. With the Bandit's Hold, this will get so much easier. And now we can use the Fairy to untap this and this, providing us some decent mana. And we target something, so we get the counter. Man, we are actually milling them soon. Negate is a really nice draw overall. If they go for Recruiter, the spell side, the sorcerer side, we just counter it. If they go for the creature, they will get through a 7-7. So I think the game is slowly getting over. I don't think they have any outs right now. Even if they top deck perfectly, it's just not good enough. And with Bandit's Howl, we will very quickly start drawing cards. Like we can get 2 counters on the next turn because Jace targets. Alright, 1 card to rule them all. Alright, bro. How long can it take? Form a pause. Create... whatever. It creates some creatures, it's fine. Let's go for this one, to be mana efficient. And let's keep drawing cards, shall we? I think we'll draw 3, right? Perfect. Very nice. Alright, it's getting better. 7 damage, and next turn it's lethal, right? Do we want to cast something? Nah, not really. I'm just chilling with a creature, nothing more. So my friend, you need to kill me on this turn, because later we'll go Anchorage, and this, we can get lost the blocker, and we can tap something with the Fairy, so they won't be able to defend. Sure. That's 3 mana, that's 2 mana, and this is the last card. We don't care about the damage, we are at 22, the Fairy did the job, so we are nowhere near lethal. And this is the last card. Is that Resolute Reinforcements? It definitely feels like one. So, let's draw a card, because we earned it. Oh, this is a nice one. This is a nice one. And we'll go with this. I wouldn't be surprised if he casts Resolute Reinforcements in response, thinking that he won't have the mana later, but he will have mana later. That's it. I do it for the Howl counter, right? Because we target something. Then we can get lost, and maybe we even draw a card on the next turn. Man, they're thinking about reinforcements. I tell you, man. Alright, let's sit. Let's sit. It also makes our top deck a little bit better, because we have less basics in the hand. Actually, this is a little bit better, right? Let's play Field of Ruin. That's the first one. That's the second one. Now, I should use this mana. That was a blunder. It's fine. Let's tap this and let's untap the mana. Alright, then I win. That's it. I'm keeping Get Lost for the blockers, but you know, we'll see. Oh, I just win. Okay, then I'll take it. I thought it will be a bit harder, but man, we're at 24 against Boros. Like, Teferi did the job for sure. Alright, we're trying to fight the decay. Alright, no value cards on the draw. Let's sit. It will be hard, especially if they open Mountain. They don't open Mountain, but we have one dead turn, and we need to survive. This is the big turn. If they make something super strong, we are in trouble. If they whiff, we are recovering. Man, the early game is so rough if you are on the draw and you don't have like March or something. Alright, now we are kinda okay, but you know, long way ahead of us. What are you? 1 mana of any color. Huh, that's a weird one. Okay, we will solve it this way. Not sure what to think about it so far. This will give me priority, so I don't need to fake anything. We might also try to hit the black mana in the worst case. If they do nothing, I think I win. Do we want to get rid of this? They probably have at least one black basic, right? I'm not doing it now. Like, we can target later, that should be better. Right, we have a counter spell. Let's see what they played. That might be the end step play. So we are not out of the woods yet. Alright, here it comes. Sure. This is basically 3 mana. Use a card, get a card. So in a way they wasted the full turn. Like, Memory Deluge is good because it gives you 2 cards. Alright, so whatever they took was better than lands and removal, and both are really bad for him. So it is possible the card they got is really low value. They play counter spells though, so something we need to be aware. They do not exile. This doesn't exile, I believe. Yep, it's just a counter spell. So we still get the, you know, the second part of Memory Deluge. So this deck wants a lot of mana. Well, I mean, this is a really good counter spell target, man. Not only you get rid of extremely strong creature, they have 1 mana for the map token, and you know, it's just really good. We played this one because we want the option to draw cards with this. I don't want them to use map tokens yet. I want to force them into few bad turns before. They might counter it. I'll risk it, because I think they might not have the answer, but we'll see. You cannot tell for sure. It shouldn't be the exile effect, so that's the only thing that is super scary. Because later we'll just cast it for 7 mana, and they are still wasting cards. Or we can just draw another one. So no, if I really wanted Memory Deluge, I can main phase it, but then they can do something I don't like. So let's make sure that the game stays on our side. We are a control deck after all. Why do you need the counters? Doesn't feel like Mind Splicer deck. Doesn't feel like a poison deck. It feels like something very weird. Here's your honk for a weird deck of the day. Adversary. That mana counters, and up to mana lands, with haste. Alright. I will check him for counter spells. He really plays like he has something, but I'm not sure. Maybe he has a lot of removal. Farewell. We definitely want the land. Sunfall is great, but we shouldn't be low on value, and I need land, and Farewell just hedges me against everything he might have, because I'm not fully sure what the deck is. I will go for Memory Deluge or potentially the March, depending on what he plays. He has some, 2-3 mana spells, so maybe we can find a cheap creature. That would be perfect, like Memory Deluge into 3-drop. Okay. Okay, let's go for the big one. Like, he doesn't have too many counter spells in the deck, so even if he counters, we just keep doing it until he whiffs. And every counter spell is a really good card for him. I will respect this Memory Deluge way more, because that's probably my last one, but this one can go. Alright, that was a counter spell. That was a serious one. Alright. Okay, so this one, they don't have any cooldowns. So now we definitely go for this Memory Deluge main phase. We need the value. Oh, not the best value ever. So do we want to go for Elspeth? It seems like a decent choice. I don't think I played the land for the turn. Yeah, I think we didn't. And we need 4 mana, so we need the untapped one. I mean, that's it. This was the turn when we got a little bit aggressive, and we see what happens. This is permanent, right? It's 2 tokens. Okay, so we can use it on Anchorage to make late game a little bit easier. Here's Zoko, but no creatures in the board, and only 2 mana left. Alright, I'll take it. It's not a big deal. I will definitely take my land. That's actually really helpful. We now have March right now. Okay. So we probably use March on this. I don't see a reason to give him any kind of value here. And we want to remove it anyway, so we can kill it easy. Or easier. And we keep no more ice and get lost. Right, so far so good, honestly. He is fully tapped, so we can go like this. Okay, so because it is a Planeswalker deck, I will go for this one. It's harder to use, but when we need it, it might be super important. High Noon. I think for this matchup it's not the best card. I would prefer like a counter spell or something. Just because they can absolutely play at instant speed, so, inherently we don't get any crazy value. Okay, that's a good counter spell. We have only 2 mana, but they cannot counter, they don't have blue mana here. So, we'll see. We probably cast Memory Deluge right now. Because they cannot counter it. And this is probably 2 mana removal. I've seen Infernal Grasp in their deck. We might hit Negate with this, so that would be nice. Okay, definitely this. Alright, no more lives or something else. Man, the Deduce is such a nice card. I will go with the Deduce. I really need the value. I would love to go for the stone, but it's a little bit too slow and it doesn't fit our mana very well. We don't have a counter spell, but they probably don't have too many threats right now. And the Deduce should get us a little bit ahead, so we can absolutely outvalue him. Like, he is a fierce opponent, but man, a lot of those cards are really high power. Especially in a little bit of a tempo game, like, the counter spells. Well, I remember this card. It's brutal, but, well, we have Sunfall, fortunately. Alright, they will get 1 trigger. But we'll also get 1 card. I mean, everything he... Okay. Those are some solid creatures, man. Okay, I think I know what we'll do. You will like this play. Okay, sure. Let's go for this. We get our stuff for the turn. And we don't have mana, but that's fine. I mean, they don't have Cavern of Souls, so this is actually really good for us. You know what? So the plan was that I will Field of Ruin something after this dies and just shuffle his library, but I actually don't mind this card. Unless they have Cavern of Souls in hand, it shouldn't matter at all. And if they do, they're just very good at Magic, you know? So 4. Yeah, we have a hard counter spell and the normalize one. So whatever they will choose, it will work for us. And you know, it's easy to miss Field of Ruin play, so it's not like they know that we have something. They might think that we're just missing it, you know. It's fine. And that should be the game. I think we closed it. And I want more lands, so I will use this instead of this. We don't need to be aggressive with all those counter spells. Alright, man, that was... it felt like fencing, you know. In the end we won. That was a nice deck. Alright guys, we will make the outro a little bit shorter. We didn't talk about the knockout blow. This was really strong card. The red decks are so popular, and I actually remembered about this one from one of your comments. This is insanely good, not only because it, of course, for 1 mana gains lives and kills the creature. The point is it deals 4 damage. It's so much better than Smite, because it's very hard for red decks to buff the toughness of creatures. They usually don't play around it. They keep buffing creatures moment they are already attacking, because they try to bait your response. And there's also a super cool play that will get nearly every aggro player. Listen up. Bandit's Hole, you play it, you have this 1 mana, however, it doesn't give you priority because nothing is attacking. So your opponent sees a 1 mana, no priority, and he just plays everything he wants, then attacks, and suddenly you have a priority with 4 damage, and this can get them absolutely off guard. So this is one of the reasons those cards are in the deck. This is a very nice combo that can get you basically a turn removal while also setting up for next turns. So it's super powerful, deceptively powerful, should I say. And the Bandit's Hole, the main card of the deck, I really enjoyed it, man. It really feels cool. The fact that you get this, even if you don't draw cards, this is a threat. Every time your opponent sees that moment he stops pressuring you, you are absolutely overturning him in the value game. And those counters, sooner or later, will matter. This also forces your opponent to play way more aggressively. They know that if they just whiff for a second, you get extra cards. And this never ends. You know, for Memory Deluge, you can sometimes hit 4 lands, and, you know, it's a problem. Here, you will always keep having something. Even if you have a silly Field of Ruin, you know, even if you have a, you know, maybe not map token because it doesn't target, you know, or your opponent's permanent, but every planeswalker, every removal, every counter spell, and those Field of Ruins are one of the reasons this is in the deck, because it targets. So sometimes you just kill any kind of land, you don't care about the Field of Ruin value, as long as you target it. 2 Field of Ruins can draw you a card. How cool is this? And yeah, the rest of the deck can be a bit slower because we have 8 High Noon together with the Blow, and that means you have a little bit more room usually. Also with Bandit's Hole, you can ram directly into 5 mana, so that's pretty cool as well. The Teferi Bandit's Hole synergy is insanely powerful, especially with cards like Memory Deluge. We also have so many Planeswalkers, so in a way you can just go 4 different Planeswalkers, and they keep, you know, getting you value while High Noon completely blocks your opponent, and little synergy that you might miss. You need red mana, you don't have red mana here. I don't care about the sacrifice because I always want High Noon in my games. But this one provides mana of any color, similar to Celestus. That means this is the way you can actually sacrifice it if you really want. You can even untap it later for another High Noon if the game is so weird. So guys, I really enjoyed this deck. It's fun, it does a lot of things, and Teferi life gain is something you might underestimate, but gaining 2 life a turn will win you so many games. You have seen that against aggro we often end at 24 or something, and when this also accelerates your mana, man, you are a true juggernaut of value. And if, you know, you cannot close the game, you always have double Jace for this easy closure on 30 cards. So I really hope you enjoyed this one, and see you guys tomorrow.